Hi everyone, my name is Dennis. I'm a PhD student from UC Irvine. Today I'm here to present our work on SnapPI, understanding the everyday experience of sharing personal informatics data stickers on ephemeral social media. Sharing personal informatics data on social media is a common practice. People might share activity logs after working out or post their calorie intakes of the day. Sharing these data could potentially help the sharer to receive the support they needed, getting motivations from others, being held accountable, or informing others with similar motivation. Self-tracking apps has been increasingly incorporating sharing features. They often support leveraging existing social media for people to reach existing connections that could help them receive these benefits. However, one of the major concerns that people have regarding sharing data is the data share being too trivial, even for close connections. As a result, ephemeral sharing has been proposed as a potential way to address such concern, while also preserving the benefits that data sharing could bring. The forms of data sharing is crucial to effective support of sharing personal data ephemerally. Past works have studied different formats of shareable representations, including textual summaries, graphs, badges, and abstract representations. Though versatile, these representations were often considered to be too personal, abstract, or not easily interpreted by the audiences. For ephemeral sharing, past work has suggested stickers to be an effective form for sharing personal informatics data. As stickers are popular on most ephemeral platforms, it helps playfully add more context to the photos and videos that people are sharing. Though promising, it is less known about the circumstances in which people wish to integrate these stickers, and the benefits they receive and the challenges they face in incorporating them into their everyday ephemeral sharing. To address this question, we therefore conducted a deployment study, which allowed us to understand the experience of people incorporating the stickers to share personal informatics data in their everyday conversation. We therefore designed, developed, and deployed SnapPI, an app that supports creating customizable stickers driven by personal informatics data to be embedded in messages and stories on Snapchat. SnapPI supports a pipeline to create the data-driven sticker to share. Users first select from a specific data domain and the corresponding sticker types. They will be able to either manually input or incorporate the data from an external source to the stickers. They will be able to customize the visual style of the sticker, such as the target goal and the animation on the stickers. Then, the sticker will be exported to Snapchat, where the user could further customize the snap with the data-driven sticker before sending them. SnapPI was developed as a piggyback prototype, which supports sharing on Snapchat. For those that are interested, we're presenting another paper at the CSCW about our reflection on this concept proposed by Gravett and Gilbert. Please check out our paper. We designed SnapPI to support flexibility in both the presentation and the data shared. As previous work suggested, content variety is crucial for sharing personal data as the posts often appear similar to each other. We therefore included a selection of 15 stickers for each data domain. We also designed SnapPI to provide options to customize the aesthetic of presentation. Users will be able to customize the color and animations, and also the target goals on the stickers. SnapPI allowed its user to select on 5 different data domains, as people often track across multiple domains to support their goals at the same time. SnapPI enables syncing with existing data sources and also manual input. With each domain, SnapPI allowed the user to pull from external apps and also adjust the data by selecting from a different time range. Finally, users will be able to select from different data units to customize how the data is presented. We recruited 21 frequent Snapchat users to use SnapPI for 2 weeks. We collected the snaps they sent and interviewed them, and also surveyed some of the people participants sent snaps to. Next, I will talk about some of the interesting findings we got from our 2-week deployment study. Please check out our paper for the full findings. Overall, we highlight 3 benefits that SnapPI provided. SnapPI enabled participants to playfully use stickers to share data. It also helped them move everyday conversations to important topics, and they were able to leverage SnapPI's flexibility to customize their stickers to different audiences. Throughout the study, participants found that the visual appeal of SnapPI sticker helped them draw interest and make it easier for them to share their track data and start conversation about it. For instance, P16 shared her music habits through the sticker, saying that, "It's really silly, but I think it's way more fun than just telling people like that. Especially with the graphics. It's cute. makes sharing more fun. P12 felt similarly, saying, when I started using these stickers, it made it a little more fun to talk or to be able to say what's going on. Participants were able to connect the sticker with other visual elements in their snaps, making the data share aligning with the playful nature of Snapchat. For example, P20 on the left put his fitness sticker in the cupboard along with his protein can that fit with the general fitness-related theme in his snap, saying, I tried to make it a little more fun. I was putting it into the cupboard. My goal is in the shelf. P11 shared food she had with a family member while using the ball stickers that had the calories of her food. The Snappy sticker also helped participants to broach their everyday casual conversations to important topics they don't usually have to on the platform. For P8, incorporating data sharing into her snaps that she sent to her friends often helped her start conversation about physical activity. She said, if I went on a walk and I used a sticker, my friend would ask me stuff like, where did you take the walk? Or like, oh good, that you took the walk. It's a point of conversation to talk about. People looking at the number or some of my friends feel, oh that's high or something like that. With the flexibility to customize the shared data, we saw an interesting trend of participants fabricated the data with an unusually high or low number to be expressive. P12, in one of her snaps, entered 880 beats per minute for heartbeats to express how nervous she was with her upcoming exam. P5 also exaggerated the amount of time spent on his snappy stickers. He said, I was being a little comedic, sometimes with my snaps, which I think is valuable. So I would put something egregious, like 5 hours in the bathroom or 3 hours scrolling Facebook. The flexibility of presentation also helped cater to different audiences. In one case, P20 used a meter sticker saying that, people have told me, oh you have a really long way to go just because they could see what my goal was. His friend also responded that, I really liked the progress meter because it gave me a good visual sense as to what was done and what was left to do. From the findings, here we'll move on to highlight a few things we'd like to discuss. Through the design and deployment of SnapPI, we identified the value of integrating personal informatics data into sharing on existing social platforms. Previously, people were often concerned about the shared data being too trivial or irrelevant to their sharing audiences. With the deployment of SnapPI, we saw how integrating the data while aligning with the communication and stylistic norms could ameliorate some of these concerns. With SnapPI, we also highlight the value of customization and flexibility when presenting personal informatics data. We saw that the flexibility could help participants use the self-track data while aligning more with their experience and behaviors. This helped move away from the objective nature of data and towards a more subjective understanding of it. Participants were also able to subjectively appropriate their quantified data and use them to connect with friends and family. The sharing will also move beyond traditional data sharing goals such as sharing achievements or acquire accountability. So to sum it up, here are the two major takeaways from the design and deployment of SnapPI. We saw that aligning the form of data sharing with platform norms can reduce concern around appropriateness of sharing. Also, flexibility in presentation allows people to appropriate personal data towards their personal communication goals. And that's a wrap for SnapPI. Thanks a lot for tuning in.